Hello, in today's video I want to talk about money. I know there's a lot of YouTube channels that talk about personal finance and money and how to be rich and whatever, and I'm not about to become a personal finance expert, but I just wanted to share my perspective on money throughout my 20s.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you may have noticed, there's been a name change. So the new YouTube name is now Grow with More. I think this aligns more with some of the topics that I'm going to be covering around self-improvement. So here's a continuation of the last video where I talked about my money mentality, things that I did right and things that I did wrong in my early 20s. In today's video, I'm going to be focusing on things that I am doing right in my late 20s to improve my money mentality and to get my money up. If you haven't seen the last video, I'm going to be linking it up in the video, and I hope you enjoy.
Now I am mid-career. I'm older, hopefully wiser. I've learned a lot, made mistakes and learned from them, hopefully. And now I'm at that place where money is not a driving force for me. Like, it's a means to an end. It's a tool for me to be the most independent, the most free version of myself that I can be. And there's a lot of budgeting tools and whatnot. There's different perspectives on how you should be saving and how you should be looking at money. But what I would say is that think about your own life and your goals. What do you value? What are the things that are important to you? Because ultimately that's what's going to inform how you look at money. Think about what you want your life to be 10-20 years from now. Imagine that and see what role money plays in that. So that's the way I kind of look at money right now. And when it comes to saving, I'm still a saver, but I'm also a spender. I'm not as much as a saver as I used to be earlier on in my 20s. So now I am all for simplicity when it comes to money, because money gives me headache a lot. And I just want it to be, I don't want it to drive me as much. I don't want to be consumed by it. So I try to make my money budgeting and all of that as simple as possible. And basically what I do is I decide on a percentage of money that I want to go into my savings every month. So I think it's about maybe 25% right now, 25-30%. So I let that go into my online savings account. I use Goldman Sachs because it has the highest interest rates for a savings account. So I use that, and I just take that automatically out of my account every month. And then I'm maxing out my 401k at work, because retirement savings, that's also that's a whole other topic, but I max that out. I invest in ESPP, employee stock purchase plan, at work. That's also kind of free money because you get a discount on stocks. So that's part of my investing. So all of that come out of my salary before they even hit my account. So that's also a form of saving. And then whatever is left is up to me. Of course, I have other expenses. I have I use this app called Mint, which basically helps to break down your budget into different buckets. So I have budgets for different things. And then I also connect all of my accounts to the Mint app. That way it helps me kind of see how I'm progressing through my my expenses and my savings and all of that. I don't use it religiously, I absolutely have to meet this budget every month, because that gives me anxiety. I'm sorry. But sometimes I go on it just to kind of see where my money is going, because it's important to know where your money is going, so you have an idea. Okay, maybe I'm spending a little bit too much on this. So just kind of get a general idea of, okay, this is where my money is going. And maybe I'm trying to make a big purchase in an area. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to get this nice purse. I go on the app to go see how I've actually spent money that month and see, can I genuinely afford this right now? Like, have I spent a lot of money? Because sometimes you don't know, you're just swiping that credit card, so that's one, those are the things that I do today. And I am planning to get a financial advisor that my company provides for free, to just kind of understand other things that I could be doing to help me properly manage my money. My approach is, deal with it a few times and just forget about it. I don't want to be obsessing over money every single day. It's exhausting, it's draining. Another thing that I've learned very early on, that has been helpful for me, is the impact of credit and how to use credit to your advantage. So I use credit cards. I've had a credit card since I was in college, and I've never defaulted. Like, I've literally never had to pay credit card fees. And that's because I learned very early to know that credit card is not something that's there for me to just be spending money. Whatever I spend using my credit card, I can afford from my checking account. So I use credit card as a way to build my credit. When I got my second car cost like almost $30,000 total with taxes and everything. And that's probably like one of my biggest expenses ever. I did a lot of research. I could actually afford to pay for the car out of pocket, but I chose not to, because I wanted to utilize credit. I wanted to take advantage of the credit. So I took out a credit line for the car. I paid a down payment of about 10,000. No, I paid a down payment of, yes, $10,000 down payment, and then I had like a 300 and something dollars monthly fee and an interest rate of about 4%. So my goal when I got the car was, I am going to get this, I'm not going to pay for this loan for an extended period. Like, I financed it probably over 5 years, but I wasn't going to spend 5 years paying off the car, because when I did the calculation, my interest rate payment total was going to be ridiculous. Like, I was probably going to be paying like additional $3,000 on the car. So I decided that I was going to take out the credit line so I could build my credit even more, like diversify my credit line, and then pay off my car in a year. So when I calculated it, maybe like I was gonna end up with like maybe extra $300 or $400 in interest, which I was okay with. I added that to the cost of the car. And guys, glory be to God, I was able to pay my car off. And that 1 year, the money that I had, I invested it in like savings accounts and like CDs and all of that, and also like stock market, to get like steady income from me, like dividends paying stocks, so I can get some money out of it. And in the long run, it kind of balanced out. Like, the extra interest that I was paying and the money I was getting from like all of those investments kind of balanced everything else, while also making my credit look amazing. So that was like how I went about that. To round off by saying that one other thing that I've been doing is utilizing credit cards very well. I have a good amount of credit cards, and that's not because I'm just taking out credit cards. So I've been able to crack the code of systematically taking out credit cards to my advantage. So credit card churning is a big deal. Like, there's a whole Reddit like thing for credit card churning, and I learned about that like 2 or 3 years ago. So I started learning how to kind of take on credit cards to get the benefits and downgrade to non-annual annual fee credit card, and I have actually made money out of that. I can share more in another video. Let me know in the comment section if you guys are interested. Actually, I want to know what questions you guys have about managing money and dealing with money in your 20s. And I think another thing that we can talk about is like transitioning into different phases of life. So now I have a partner, I have a spouse that I live with, and the conversations about money is kind of different, and it's a whole like new dynamics that I'm now learning to figure out. So there's different stages, there's different phases to finances, and I'm curious to hear from you guys. What do you think? What are your thoughts on money, and what questions do you want me to answer, or what do you want us to talk about on the channel relating to money? I will be happy to hear those in the comment section. But yeah, that's all I have today, guys, and I hope that this has been informative at the very least. Please don't forget to subscribe and like if you found this video useful, and I hope to see you back here again. Bye.